So this industry is expensive enough. Let's talk about things I've wasted money on. Learn from my mistakes. Okay, so I define a dumb expense as something I didn't actually need, or something I feel I shouldn't have been paying, or a legitimate scam. So let's start with the first one. At the risk of dating myself, Central Casting used to have a registration fee, which you'd give them $25, they'd do some processing, and then you could do extra work. And while it was legitimate at the time because I did make my money back almost instantaneously, it's a little gauche at best to say, hey, you want to work for me? That'll be $25. Eventually, the district attorney of California did tell them they couldn't do that anymore, so they stopped. So photo updates are already more expensive than I want them to be, but paying $25 for a photo and $25 for a second photo is more expensive than paying $35 for 2 photos. Being an extra and being an actor, you transport a lot of clothes back and forth, so I thought I was being smart by investing in a garment bag. But what ended up happening was it was always very cumbersome to carry, there was never a place to hang it, and then my clothes would be wrinkled, so I decided it's just much more convenient to get wrinkled clothes out of a carry-on bag than out of a garment bag. This one agent I signed with told everyone, if you want to be repped by us, you have to give us $10 a month so we can do this one printing service. And the printing service was supposed to provide them with headshots and resumes, but here's the thing. If it were 1980, it might have made sense, but in the 2000s, it didn't make as much sense. At this point in time, everything was done digitally and electronically, so did they really need printing services? Well, maybe they were just really old school. Well, then we get into the really suspicious thing where the printing service's address and suite number were exactly the same as my agent's address and suite number. That was my agent at the time. I obviously didn't go very far there. Now let's talk about this magic 8x10 pre-cut headshot paper. So for those of you who don't know, actors carry headshots with them to auditions, and these headshots are 8x10. And the resume on the back needs to either be printed directly on the headshot or it needs to be on a piece of paper that is the exact same size. Otherwise, it's just going to look really weird. So buying pre-cut 8x10 paper can make sense if you're sending like 100 of those at a time. If you're only using like 10 of those sheets at a time, though, 5 of those sheets, you could probably get away with cutting it yourself. Also, the really dumb thing was I thought someone could look at the paper and recognize, oh, this is the magic paper. This actor takes his career seriously. Versus, oh, this is just regular paper from Office Depot or Staples. This guy does not care. Yeah, no one cares enough to tell the difference between the magic paper and the regular paper. Buy the magic paper if you're going to go through a lot of it. Alright, so that's a handful of things that I spent money on that I shouldn't have. We'll see if I do a part 2 because there were a lot. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to leave a comment, subscribe, like this video, and follow me on social media for more content like this. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.